Within 30 seconds of meeting you, a girl is going to either categorize you as an option or a guy that she's gonna ignore. So you're gonna get reactions like this. Hey, you guys look really cute today. Have a good day. Good morning. Oh, all right. Hey, you look really cute today. Have a good day. Or you're gonna get reactions like this. How's your day going? Good. You're about to go in Urban Outfitters for sure. Do you live around here? You are seriously breaking my heart right now. That's crazy.
Why?
That's awful. Well, because here's the thing. I was gonna take you out for drinks. Let me grab your number real quick and we'll see what happens. And what I've found in the 10 plus years of obsessing over how to become the most attractive guy that I possibly can be is that there are 3 main attraction killers that make women categorize you as a friend zone guy versus a sexual option. I'm gonna get into those in this video, as well as 3 ways that you can replace those unattractive behaviors so that you don't make those same mistakes again. So the first attraction killer is seeking approval. And seeking approval is just when you do stuff purely so that the girl likes you more. So if you get her flowers because, oh man, she'll probably like me more if I get her flowers, that is unattractive. Now, obviously we have Valentine's Day coming up. You can get a girl flowers for Valentine's Day as long as it's not purely for the reason of she's gonna like me more, she's gonna feel bad, I'm gonna make her have pity sex with me, which obviously doesn't work, it doesn't happen, but guys, try it way too much. So the behavior that you're gonna wanna replace this with, and I'm gonna show you how to do it in just a second, is be more disagreeable. Okay, so how do you be more disagreeable? Well, first, you have to understand what are my values? Because if you're gonna be more disagreeable, you have to be able to disagree. I know that sounds crazy. So you wanna write out what is important to me and what are my actual opinions on stuff. And this is actually an exercise I give my coaching clients inside my 8-week coaching program. So as they're going throughout their day, I want them to give their opinion on more things. So if there's ever a chance to have an opinion, whether it's to agree, to disagree, to say that you like or dislike something, I tell them to start owning every single opinion they have. You should be opinionated about things. You just should. So if a girl says, I like EDM music, and you hate EDM music and you think it sounds like shit, then say, I hate EDM music, I think it sounds like shit. You're not gonna be an asshole for saying that. You're just saying what your opinion is. It all comes down to the delivery. Which brings me into point number 2, which is playful delivery. And we'll get more into teasing when we talk about how to replace the next unattractive behavior in this video. But playful delivery is very important when you're disagreeing. So if a girl says, yeah, I really like astrology, I'm really into astrology, and I say, astrology is such fucking bullshit. And I'm not mad about it, I'm not butthurt, I'm kind of laughing at the idea of astrology. And I'm not making it a big deal. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with her for 10 minutes on why it's bullshit. I'm just saying I think it's bullshit. And if she wants to argue with me, I'm like, hey, I don't wanna argue about it. I was just saying my opinion. And you don't need to make it a big deal. You can actually shut down a lot of these deep arguments and discussions by just being playful about it. You can even turn it into more of a tease where you say, oh my God, astrology girl? Fuck, okay, I don't know if this is gonna work out. And by saying that, saying you don't know if it's gonna work out, you're acknowledging that, hey, it's okay if you walk away, which at its core is disagreeable. And that is a very attractive trait. Because fundamentally, what women find attractive about a man, and this is you, by the way, what women will find attractive about you is if you're happy, whether she is here with you or if she's not here with you, because she does not want all of the pressure of having to make you happy. Because if you're too afraid to disagree, if you are afraid to offend her, if you can't playfully get into disagreements, if you can't stand on some values, or if you can't have opinions on things, then that indirectly puts a lot of pressure on her. Because if you think about it, if I care about your opinion on the other side of the screen, which, to be fair, if I'm gonna deliver this in the best way possible, I really can't. I just have to deliver the information that I believe in and not think about, what is this person thinking of me? Is he thinking about what I'm wearing? Is he thinking about if the lighting's good enough? Is he thinking about if the audio is good enough? I can't think about that shit. I can review it later and I can look back and be like, how can this video be better? But I can't think about what could possibly be the worst case scenario of someone hating on my video. I just can't think like that. And so you can't think like that either when it comes to attracting women, because you're never going to display the most authentic and real version of yourself while you're afraid to disagree with the girl. So going forward, if you want to get rid of this approval-seeking tendency, you need to, one, start having opinions on things, and also be able to playfully disagree and not make a big deal out of the fact that you are disagreeing with the girl, because we can disagree on stuff and still be sexually attracted to each other. That's just what it is. I can be attracted to a girl, she can be attracted to me, and we can have slightly different values. We can have slightly different opinions on stuff. It really doesn't matter. A lot of guys get caught up in the weeds and they think that every single thing has to align between a man and a woman for them to be attracted to each other. That is just not true, because attraction is a fundamental biological thing. Women are attracted to men in general. And so if women are attracted to men in general, you already have a big leg up. You don't need to fucking agree with the girl and go along with what she says. If anything, like I said earlier, this approval-seeking behavior just puts a lot of pressure on her, because she's gonna be like, holy shit, he's taking this so fucking seriously. This is such a big deal to him, so it has to be a big deal to me, and I don't want it to be a big deal. I want things to just happen. I want things to flow. I want things to evolve. I want this to be a fun, emotional experience. I don't want to be stuck in this place of where I'm worried about if I'm gonna offend this guy by disagreeing with him, and every opinion that I have, he feels like he has to agree with me. That's not fun. Women want a chase, they want to work for your attraction. The second attraction killer that guys get into is they play it way too safe. And the best way to get rid of this playing it too safe mentality, which if you play it too safe, you'll get ignored or friend zoned, same thing with seeking approval, is to have an I don't give a fuck mentality. And there are 3 ways that you can do this. I'll get into this in just a second. Okay, how do we do that? How do we get this IDGAF mentality? Well, first, we're gonna have to practice teasing her through emotional spikes. I have a whole video on how to tease girls. I think I have like 10 to 30 lines that you can steal in that video on this channel. It's been posted in the last couple months. So you can go check that out. You can also join the school down below, and I have a training where there's 30 plus lines that you can steal from me directly for 10 different types of teases. So there's a lot of lines that you can literally just steal. And I'll just give you a couple right now. So the first way you can tease a girl is you can say, "You're cute, but." So, "You're cute, but I'm just not sure about you. You're cute, but you're into astrology. I don't know if this is gonna work out. You're cute, but I've dated a nurse before and it didn't go that well." When you use this line and deliver it in a playful way, it has a really powerful effect, because it shows that you're not too concerned if she walks away, but it also frames you as the prize, because you're confident enough to say that she's attractive, that you're attracted to her. But that's not everything that you need in order to actually like her. The second teasing line you can use is just, "You seem like trouble." It's like a classic one. You can just say, "You seem like trouble." And if she asks why, "Oh, I don't know, something about you, I'm not sure." And just keep it vague. It's a little corny, it's a little cheesy, it's kind of overused, but it does work at the end of the day. And I like using it, it works really well. It spikes the girl's emotions. She's like, why do I seem like trouble? Why does he like me? If she's innocent, she's like, why do I seem like trouble? Why is this a thing? If she's not innocent, then she's like, how does he know this about me? How does he know I'm trouble? So it works on a lot of different levels. If you just inject that in a playful way into the interaction, that's gonna help with teasing. But I also would recommend, check out the school down in the description. I'll teach you literally how to tease step by step. So the second thing you need to do is eliminate fear of loss. Now, this is done through basically fixing your behaviors. There's a lot of little behaviors that guys engage in that show a lot of fear of loss. So if I was afraid that you would think that what I'm saying is stupid and you'd stop watching the video, I would probably start talking way faster and trying to convince you to have a lot more of a frantic tonality. I'm like literally getting anxiety trying to talk like this. I would come off more anxious. I would come off more tense. Like I really care that you pay attention to me. Guys, pay attention, pay attention. I would try to make a really big deal out of things. I would have a lot of fear of loss. I'd probably be more nervous. I'd have more closed off body language. Maybe I'd be facing away from the camera because I'm nervous. And I'd be kind of doing this. Maybe I'd have like hunched body language. But if I'm able to look at the camera and talk slower, and I'm probably talking at a cadence that is better than how I've done earlier on in this video, and I'm able to talk with my hands, show you my hands, and I talk about the 3 things that we're gonna talk about in this video that are gonna help you get better with women and eliminate fear of loss, you don't feel like I'm scared you're gonna go away. You're gonna feel like I have something valuable I'm gonna teach you, because I'm gonna give you value. Yes, you can eliminate fear of loss in your head by being like, "Oh, I don't care if the girl leaves." But let's be real, dude. We do care if the girl leaves. We're attracted to her. So it'd be much better for us to just fix the behaviors. Fix the little tiny things in your behavior, like talking too fast, breaking eye contact, when you finish a sentence, if you break eye contact, you're scared of the reaction. Oh my God, how's she gonna react to this? So hold eye contact when you finish a sentence, especially when you say something that you think might be controversial. Hold the fucking eye contact and talk slower. Open up your body language more and just be more relaxed. This will show that you don't have as much fear of loss. Another way to eliminate fear of loss is this one right here, which is to take more risks in your interactions. If you take anything away from this video, it's that the most attractive thing you can do is take risks and say the risky motherfucking thing, dude. I'm not saying like talk to her for 5 minutes and lean in and try to kiss her. But I am saying, if you think of a polarizing, kind of fucked up joke, say the fucking joke, dude. Say the joke. Be polarizing. Say the risky thing. If you think, oh, she reminds me of my ex, say that shit to her. If you think she might be a little crazy, hey, I think you're fucking crazy. When were you gonna tell me that? And you say that shit with confidence, and you take risks like a bold motherfucker. If you take more risks, you come off as much more bold, you come off as a guy that doesn't have as much fear of loss, and that makes actually her feel safer. She is gonna feel safe around a guy that's comfortable taking risks. Because if you're comfortable taking risks, you have nothing to lose. A guy that takes risks is in abundance. A guy that refuses to take risks is in scarcity. And that's very unattractive. And that actually leads me really well in to point number 3. So the third attraction killer that will make women ignore you or friend zone you is being in a scarcity mindset. And so obviously the answer to this is to be in a more abundant mindset. But how do you actually do that? Because people talk about abundance and it's honestly a lot of bullshit. So we're gonna break it down into 3 main pieces with some actionable advice, because I actually want you to get some fucking results from this YouTube channel. There are 3 steps to getting into abundance. The first step is to understand your value. So what I actually want you to do is write down 20 things per day. And this is new things. And this is actually something I directly have my coaching clients do inside my program. 20 things per day that would make it a good idea for the girl to go home with you or sleep with you or go on a date with you. You need to call it 20 things, new things per day. And I know that sounds like a lot, but I promise you, no matter what, even if you're like an autistic, wheelchair-bound dumbass, okay, and you have no social skills or anything, you can find 20 things per day for at least a few days in a row that would make it a good idea for a girl to go on a date with you. Even if it's just like, I have a good heart and I try and I have good intentions with the girl. It can literally be the most beta sim shit ever, but you need to understand your value. You need to understand the value that you bring. And so whenever I think of my value, I have a list of like 300 things that would make it a good idea for me to talk to this girl. Things that I could give to this girl that would make it a good idea for her to hang out with me. And when I go up with these things in my mind, I'm confident it's a good idea for her to talk to me. I feel entitled. I come off entitled and I come off more confident. I come off more in abundance because I understand I have so much value to give. When you're in scarcity, you're thinking about how much value can I take? We need to switch that paradigm into how much value can I give to people around me? And this goes for women you meet, guys you meet, people you want to introduce to each other, networking, business, anything. You want to try to give as much as you can. Now, the next thing you need to do is have a massive amount of self-acceptance. What you have to understand is that you, my good friend, watching this video, you are where you are at right now in your dating life, and there's nothing you can do about it. If I asked you to lose 30 pounds right now, you couldn't do it. It's impossible. If I asked you to be more charismatic right now, you could maybe be like 5% more charismatic if you tried, but you couldn't really do it. You need to practice. You need to get experiences. You need to take action first. So it's very important if you're gonna be in an abundant mindset, you have to accept where you're at right now. And I am fine with where I'm at right now. When I was a 19-year-old, basically virgin. I lost my virginity in high school. I was just completely lucky. I just was on the basketball team and that was it. And like, I got a girlfriend. From there, I just was hopeless with girls. I didn't get any success after high school. Had no idea what I was doing when I got into pickup. And I had to accept, I am where I'm at. I'm like a skinny, fat, tall, goofy, kind of socially awkward guy. It's pretty insecure. And I had to own it. It's not until you own who you are and you have self-acceptance that you can really start to work on yourself. If you don't own where you're at right now, as the 5'7" brown dude that's socially awkward and you moved to the US 4 years ago, if you don't own that and you're trying to act like you're not that, then you're never gonna improve because you're not even understanding where you're at as a baseline. And that's how you're gonna get results initially. You're gonna get results initially by actually being the completely authentic, completely unfiltered, obnoxious, and out there version of yourself who you are right now. Because there's levels to game. The first level is self-acceptance, finding your level. What value are you bringing to the girl's life at this moment? And just owning who you are at the moment. Like I remember when I was 21, I was like, man, when I can afford coaching, I'm gonna be so good at this, it's gonna be so cool. But I had to accept who I was at 21, like a dorky, awkward kid. Man, when I'm 30 and I have money and I'm successful and I'm cool, I have an advanced career, I'm in better shape, I'm gonna be awesome. But I also had to accept where I was then, or else I wouldn't have gotten results then. But I did get results then because I had this critical piece, which is self-acceptance, and I understood my value. And then that brings me to the third piece of how to get into an abundant headspace. Give first, okay? When you go up to the girl, try to give her a fun time first. Crack a joke first. Talk about yourself first. Carry the conversation first. Bear the burden of the conversation. Make it on you. I'm the man. I'm gonna lead. I'm gonna take responsibility for making this fun, at least for me. When I was starting out, I didn't know how to have conversations with girls. So my whole goal was just, I'm gonna go up and I'm going to try to have the most fun conversation with this girl for me. I want it to be the most fun from my perspective, and hopefully she likes that. And that's it. And this is really where you can start giving a lot, because you can give her what you think is a fun experience initially. So like I said, crack the joke first, have fun first, bring fun into the interaction. And if you do this enough and you practice this enough, you will get into an abundant headspace, because you'll be a guy that understands, I bring value into the interaction, I accept where I'm at, and I'm going in, and no matter what, I'm trying to give as much of a fun time to this person as possible. And then eventually you start stacking up positive reactions, positive interactions, positive sets. You'll start getting numbers, you start getting a couple dates. And this is how guys in my coaching program can get their first 2 to 3 dates from cold approach in 8 weeks as total beginners, because they actually are good enough to get dates with just self-acceptance. Now, if you want to get really good, you might have to keep going for a while. Might be a longer process. But to get into an abundant headspace, you don't need tons of dates. You don't need tons of lays. You just need to accept where you're at right now. You need to understand the value you bring, and you need to go in with the mindset of, I'm going to give. I can give this girl a good time and not lose anything, even if I don't get anything in return. If you like the video, make sure you like it, subscribe down below, and to apply to work with me personally, you can click the link down in the description. I'll see you on the other side. Peace.